Cyrus the Great, king of Persia, has conquered the Babylonians and has given the Jewish people permission to return back home to Jerusalem to rebuild the temple. It seems almost unfathomable for the Jews. They've been in Babylonian captivity for 70 years. Children have been born into this place. Grandchildren have been born into this place. Some of the people who were originally carried off even died here in this place. It seems like a dream too good to be true. But King Cyrus sends them on their way, and he sends them with his blessing. He sends them with resources and livestock. And when the Jewish people get to Jerusalem, they begin working on the temple. Everyone begins pitching in. However someone can help, they help. Whatever someone can do, they do. Even the priests are having the ability again to offer sacrifices to the Lord. And it's a cause for great celebration. But this particular celebration, it's marred by the past. So it's a bittersweet celebration. There are those who are seeing Jerusalem for the first time, who are seeing this temple foundation for the first time, and they have shouts of joy. They're just full of shouts of joy. They are full of life at seeing the temple foundation being laid, and there's hope for them. But there are those who are grieving at the sight of the foundation, of the temple foundation. They're crying, they're mourning, because what they see is nothing compared to what the temple used to be. It's but a remnant. And it's in this moment that we learn the people have misplaced their hope. They've misplaced their hope in stones and structure. They've misplaced their hope in a building, in a temple. And it's something we all do. We misplace our hope, sometimes in other people, sometimes in the government, sometimes in politics, sometimes in other nations, and sometimes even ourselves. We misplace this hope. There came a man several generations later that would teach us where to actually place our hope. And we could see an example of it in his own life. His name is Simeon. And he had entered the temple and he had seen the child Jesus. And he'd been praying for his entire life for God to send the Messiah, for him to see the Messiah so that he could die in peace. And when he sees the child Jesus, when he sees this Messiah, Simeon declares salvation, freedom, for I have seen the Messiah. And he even tells God, I can die in peace now. You can dismiss your servant because I have seen the Messiah. We can easily misplace our hope in the wrong things. We can easily misplace them in politics, the government, other nations, other people, other processes, other systems. And sadly, sometimes we can even misplace our hope in the church, and the church isn't our hope. Jesus is our hope, and only hope placed in Jesus is the kind that will lead to life for us, because Jesus is the God who is love.